Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Due to YouTube's changing quote-unquote community standards, I created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can see all of my stuff over there, including my political and social commentary, as well as my current events videos. The links to my YouTube and Rumble channels, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Advanced Dungeons & Dragons advice video on a play aid called The Manual of the Planes. This is a wonderful book. Let me get started. Okay, I started running Advanced Dungeons & Dragons way back in 1979. I started playing earlier than that, but I started running it in 79. In all that time, I have found 1,000 play aids that have been put out by various sources. Dragon Magazine, Dungeon Magazine, of various other magazines and different companies. Most of those play aids are cool. They're okay. A few of them are virtually useless. Some of them I found to be extremely outstanding. One of these outstanding aids, one of the best, is called the TSR publication Manual of the Planes. If you're a dungeon master and you don't have that book, you need to get it. That's all I'm saying. I use this book so much that my copy is literally falling apart. And there's a good reason why you need this. You can't just research mythology because, you know, look in the legends and lore or the deities and demigods, whichever copy you have. Mythology isn't the same, and coordinating all of the different gods in the books are time-consuming. The Manual of the Planes is an excellent reference. It was published in 1987, and that's when I bought my copy. I've still got it, and was the product of many great minds under the leadership of Jeff Grubb. If your campaign is getting to a high enough level to include the ethereal plane, the astral plane, or any number of powerful extra-planar or extra-dimensional beings, the Manual of the Planes is a veritable storehouse of invaluable knowledge. One look at the table of contents was what hooked me. This book touches on everything necessary for your planar hopping PCs. Table of contents starts with an introduction to the planes. Then it lists spell summaries. Then it moves on to the ethereal plane, the inner planes, the 4 elemental planes, the para-elemental planes, the energy planes, the quasi-elemental planes, the astral plane. And then it moves on to the outer planes, where the majority of the deities reside. It even talks about what is beyond the outer planes. Each planar description is rife with listings of which powers reside where and what their functions are, as well as how magic functions on those planes. The appendixes list the prime material planes, the creatures of the inner planes, the creatures of the outer planes, and the abilities of the various powers. It's getting this book, if you're dealing with greater powers, gods and demons and like that, if you're putting those in your game and you don't have the Manual of the Planes, you got a long road ahead of you. That's all I'm saying. Keep in mind that many aspects of historical mythology have been modified to fit within the game, so that what you researched and learned in school or college may not apply here. My wife is a prime example. She knows everything there is to know about world mythology, and I mean everything. She knows everything. She could easily teach college courses on the subject. She and I have discussions on how the various mythological beings are wrong in the AD&D books. More than once, she's found her characters in a pickle because the mythological characters in the AD&D tomes are different from the ones that she knows. That's why you got to look at the books as far as what the different gods are, what they do. Odin in the books is not the same as the Odin of mythology. Same with Thor, same with all of the others. And that's what trips up players. Well, that god doesn't do that. Well, yeah, he does. Look, right here. Well, I didn't read that. Well, there you go. The Manual of the Planes is a companion to the legends and lore, or the deities and demigods, depending on which one you have. It's a great companion for that because it shows where each of the powers resides, and it's wonderful. If you, as the Dungeon Master, plan to take your characters out of the Prime Material Plane, then the Manual of the Planes is a must-have. Invariably, at some point, at least one of your player characters will express a desire to travel the planes. It would behoove you to know what they should expect when they get there. One should also know what is necessary to survive on those other planes. After all, how many new planar travelers are prepared for the elemental planes of fire or earth? How about the para-elemental planes? The para-elemental planes, or the astral plane? What happens if the PCs arrive on the slopes of Olympus? Who will greet them? What about the 9 hells, or Tartarus? All that stuff is included in here, with descriptions. Any way you want to slice it, planar travel is a multi-layered pie, and some of those layers are filled with absolute shit. It would be nice to have a shovel. This book serves as that shovel. That's all I'm saying. You guys, if you're gonna run a game and the players want to go extra dimensional, extra planar, you got to have the Manual of the Planes. You've got to have it. I highly recommend it, and I promise you will not be disappointed when you read it. You folks have a good day now. God bless one and all. We elect cookie-cutter politicians every single election cycle. Yes men who maintain the status quo and do just enough to make us believe the system still works. Imagine, if you will, a president who actually tries to fix things. If you like action, political intrigue, and a righteous crusade, check out my political thriller, The Righteous President.